access 20% of our brain. This lets you access all of it. They've had clinical trials and it's FDA approved.
Alright, just out of curiosity, and that's all. I was blind, but now I see.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2011 science fiction thriller Limitless, a film that is directed by Neil Berger, and it stars Bradley Cooper, Anna Friel, Abby Cornish and Robert De Niro. Now the film focuses on Bradley Cooper's character Eddie, who is a down-on-his-luck writer who's living in a bit of a pigsty, is kind of going nowhere with his life, and he runs into the brother of his ex-wife, who offers him this pill, and apparently this pill will change his life. So he reluctantly takes this pill and soon realizes that he can now access the full capacity of his brain, and he can make the most out of his life. But there are those out there who are wanting to get hold of the stash that he has in regards to these pills. Right, what are my thoughts on Limitless? Well, this is a film that's been on my watch list for so long. I've never seen it before. I don't think I ever even have it in my Blu-ray collection. But it's a film I knew was pretty well regarded. It was, it had good reviews when it came out. I mean, Bradley Cooper was pretty much a star then, as he still is now. And it kind of, ticked a lot of boxes for a lot of people. I know as well that they turned this into a TV show, although I don't know if the TV show was particularly successful. So it's one of those that you keep just pushing down the priority list sort of thing and manage to get around to eventually. And I watched this the other night on, I think, it was Netflix. I'm sure it was Netflix with my wife. We're just flicking through and we're like, have you seen this before? And I'm like, no. Actually, I haven't. Shall we watch it? Yeah, let's go for it. I have to say, I really like this film. Essentially, it met my expectations. I wasn't expecting to dislike this film. I mean, I knew an awful lot about it. I knew what it was about. I knew it was about him taking this pill, and it kind of expanded his mind, sort of thing. It was almost like the film Lucy, but without the over-the-top ridiculousness that film had. Now, obviously, this is science fiction, this film. Yes, there's no magic pill out there that's all going to make us access, the full potential of our brains. But it felt far more grounded than, Lucy did, for example. I don't dislike the film Lucy, that film at all. I mean, it's good fun, but it's over-the-top nonsense. This one did feel far more grounded than that one. I enjoyed Bradley Cooper's performance. I think Bradley Cooper is he's got great charisma on screen and all that kind of stuff. He's a good actor. He always delivers. And to see him on screen, especially with Robert De Niro, was a real treat. I would have liked to see a little bit more of Robert De Niro, if I'm being particularly honest. And there were a couple of scenarios here in this film where even after taking the pill, he made what you would consider to be a dumb decision. For example, giving a little bag full of pills to that Russian gangster. I mean, while you were still highly intelligent on these pills, I'm sure he could have come up with a better way of getting that gangster off his back rather than giving him some pills to give him some time to kind of think of something. That didn't make sense. But the rest of it works really, really well for me. And it was at times thrilling, when there was a threat rose up in the film in regards to him discovering that everybody that's been in contact with these pills, including his ex-brother-in-law, is no more, or they're either seriously ill or they're dead. So he knows there's a real threat surfacing, and him trying to negate and evade that threat. But also the threat he created for himself with this Russian gangster, because initially he needs to borrow $100,000 to invest it so he can make millions. So he borrows from like this local gangster that doesn't particularly go well for him in the long run. So again, as I say, he does end up making what you would think to be pretty dumb decisions when he's supposed to be like the smartest guy in the world. But I liked how the film played out. It kept you on the edge of your seat. It kept you certainly engaged, kept you very, very interested throughout. And it was a great story as well. You know, it was rags to riches almost kind of story, and like with a sci-fi twist on it. And I did like that. I really, really did like that. And it kept me completely engaged throughout. And I really, really enjoyed the ending. And I know from looking at the TV show that came out, I'm not even sure what year that came out. Was it 2016, something like that? I know Jennifer Carpenter was in that from Dexter, but I don't know how many episodes it was in, but I saw on the cast list that Bradley Cooper was in the TV show as well. I'm guessing it's just a cameo. So yeah, it definitely hints, certainly at the end of this. He has like a showdown with Robert De Niro at the end of the film, which was I really, really liked, because you felt like Robert De Niro, who was a pretty brutal businessman, who basically has now got on the inside on the pharmaceutical scene. Gives him this real ultimatum at the end of the film, and you think he's got Bradley Cooper cornered, and then Bradley Cooper just absolutely nails it at the end of the film in regards to his response to De Niro, and I really, really liked that. And it was intriguing as to how has he evolved? How has he changed? So it raised a lot of questions at the end as well. So it was a good film. It was a good, fun, engaging film, and it's certainly one that I'm pleased I've watched now. And it's certainly one that if you guys haven't seen, it's one that I genuinely do recommend that you check out, because it's gonna keep you entertained throughout its runtime. It's a fun film. There's lots of moments in it, a couple of tense moments, a couple of edge of the seat moments, a couple of fun moments. It's got kind of everything really. So definitely worth checking out. It's not a perfect film or anything like that, but I'm definitely going to give this one an 8 out of 10 because I enjoyed my time with it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll be back, of course, with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.